What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the EW Podcast. We are excited today to talk to you about all kinds of watches being brought to you at the Olympics.
You rockin' with Seth, so you rockin' with the best. Over 25 years, we've been better than the rest. Fred, he know these watches like the back of his hand. If you wanna learn watches, guaranteed this the man. I'm just saying. EW Podcast.
Fred, what's up, buddy boy?
What it do?
You ready? Let's do this.
We ready, bro. We
All
out
right,
here talking
let's
about
go.
5 circles. If y'all know what the 5 circles represent, if anybody's out there in the comments, let us know. We're talking about the 5 circles today, and we're talking about watches.
Exactly.
So before that, we have the 2024 Olympics in Paris, and we're going to get to that. But my man Seth, you've been overseas, and I think we've been meeting with a couple people. Where was it? Is it in Greece?
I just got back. I had an incredible vacation.
Welcome back, man.
Did you see my social media?
I did.
Yes.
You're chatting with a couple YouTube watchers.
It's unbelievable, like, at these resorts in Europe, how many people are wearing nice watches. Like, it's insane.
Oh, yeah.
Insane.
Absolutely.
The watches I saw at some of these resorts, off the hook. Nobody is wearing a shitty watch. The women are wearing AP Royal Oaks. The men are all wearing gold Rolexes. Like, they are out to represent.
Yeah, I saw you taking a couple wristies with some watchers. Yeah.
Well, listen, it was like really like sort of, I was honored that so many people would come up to me and go, "Oh, Seth, I know you. I know you from social media. I know you from your podcast." I got recognized all over the place, all over. I was in Greece. I was in Italy. I kept getting recognized. It was nice. It was very flattering.
Yeah.
It impressed my wife a little bit, you know.
Right.
Finally, I can
Up the
impress my
ante a
wife
bit.
a little
Yeah.
bit. It was fun.
And I do believe you were wearing this specific watch that you have on today.
Ah, you noticed it, huh?
Yes, that rose gold pops.
1960.
Okay.
Vintage. This is not neo vintage. This is vintage.
Not
vintage.
neo-vintage, yeah.
Not neo vintage.
1803.
1803. Let's go
1803
back.
rose gold. So
Acrylic crystal.
So you find these in yellow all the time. You hardly ever find this watch in rose.
Wow.
Love,
And what language
love
is your
this
day?
watch.
I said
That's
the day wheel.
Portuguese.
Portuguese. Quinta.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
cool
yeah.
piece. Lovely watch.
What do you think this is worth?
Ooh, provided it is both rose gold and bracelet
And vintage.
and vintage. 16?
Maybe a little higher.
And in great condition.
I think-
It is minty.
I think even in yellow gold, this is 13,000, 12,500 all day. But yeah, I figure because it's rose, it's got to be worth $5,000-$6,000 more. So I'd say low teens. It's not for sale. Honestly, this is my watch. I'm wearing it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna rock it for a long time. I love this watch.
Just like the previous version.
Yeah.
Of it.
Sometimes you just gotta hang on to your watch. I used to own this watch.
Okay.
And there was this gentleman from Beverly Hills who his initials are JF. I don't actually want to mention any names.
Yes, I know you're talking
You know what I'm
about.
talking about? I don't want to,
Yes, sir.
this gentleman, unfortunately, he died of cancer, so I don't want to
Yeah.
belittle him. But he convinced me that I should give him my watches back like in 2009,
Oh, I was gonna say 2010,
maybe.
yeah.
So he convinced me that I should just give him this watch, and he had connections with magazines. So he told me that he was going to take my watch as a payment,
Right.
and he was going to go and contact all these famous magazines that he knew.
Yeah.
And he was going to get me so much publicity, so many articles of our new website, essentialwatches.com.
Yeah.
And I believed him, like I usually do. I'm sort of a sucker sometimes for people. They sell me what they can do for me.
Yeah.
And
What's a hot magazine during that time? Like Complex?
There's so many out there.
Yeah,
There was
but
many.
you're
There was
you're
many.
on the right track. Yeah, those type of magazines. I'm forgetting. Like,
I'm thinking like
exactly.
early 2000s,
So
90s, Maxim.
with the convincing from JF, was it a story from him where, we were just transitioning out of the bicycle business, coming into the watches business? Wasn't there a story about him having a connection with like Paris Hilton, with that time when she fell off the bike? And that was kind of like interesting to us.
So you're right. So he
Right.
he was making a new type of like elongated motorcycle,
Yeah,
electric or motorized, that looked like a lowrider bicycle,
chopper or something,
And we
yeah.
used to make lowrider chopper
Chopper bikes, yeah.
bicycles.
So that was like kind of the connection.
Yeah, so
where-
he's sort of like,
Yeah.
but he was doing good. He had connections with Paris Hilton,
Yeah.
and Nicole Richie, and he was on the front page. Wired. I'm thinking about Wired, by the
Okay,
way.
that
It was
lines up.
Wired. So he was on the front page. He had all the connections, and he was telling me, "Yeah, your website's amazing. I can get you so much publicity for your website." So I just took the watch off my wrist and handed it to him, and guess how many features I got?
0.
You know for sure, 0.
Nada.
So listen, I gave him
0.
my watch. I got nothing for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, he died 6 or 7 years later
Yeah.
of cancer. Yeah, he got my watch and he gave it to his son. And now his son, fun fact, his son is running for Congress in
State of Florida, right?
Yeah, Southern Florida.
Yeah.
you've
Well,
seen
good
him.
luck to
yeah.
you, JF Jr.
JF Jr. We're not going to mention any names.
Yeah, JF
But
Jr.
yeah, so I missed this watch. So anyway, I had the chance of buying this about a month ago.
Very nice.
And I finally bought it back. And I love this watch.
Yeah,
and
beautiful white
it's
dial.
not for sale.
When it
Not-
comes to
not for
old
sale.
gold, they have a like special feel and they patina very nicely over the years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Freddie B, what do you got?
Oh, today we're talking about the Olympics in this episode. Even though this is like, I think it's commemorative to BMW. This is the Vanguard by Frank Mille. I'm just kind of going with the patriotic colors, the red, white, and blue. Easy to read, nice big Arabic numerals.
Nice watch. And it's not very expensive either.
No, not at all. If you want that Mille kind of feel, go with the Mueller.
This watch is like 7,000-8,000. It's very affordable.
Yep. Pretty cool combination. You got titanium and like, I would say maybe some type of composite here.
Yeah. Essentialwatches.com. What are you wearing?
Skeletonized,
What are you
dial
wearing?
here.
1993 Polar Explorer 2,
Reference
Ah.
16570.
16570.
I believe you have the orange hand here. I believe.
Yeah, we got the big boy. Just came in on trade. It's a cool watch right here. Boom. This is your
40
no
That's
226,570.
the 42.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Beautiful.
a banger. That's a little bit of a bigger watch with a 22
The 42,
millimeter lug width, 42 millimeter case. But the Polar is the way with the Explorer too.
Absolutely.
By the way, guys, we picked up another 10,000 followers.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a good excuse to have a drink. Come on.
Let's get it.
Let's have a
Cheers
drink.
to that.
L'chaim. Cheers.
And to our viewers out there having a sip with us.
So
Salud.
speaking of views, one of the guys that got lots of views out there was Uncle Manny. Shout out to Uncle Manny.
Uncle Manny.
He's on fire right now, actually. I'm seeing him on so many different social media platforms. The guy is like hot, hot, hot. He just keeps on calling it as is. A little controversial. I hear through the grapevine that he's being threatened with some lawsuits.
That sucks.
Yeah, some people don't really like who he's sort of insinuating that he's talking about. These guys don't like it. Even though he doesn't name names,
Right.
these people are still threatening him with lawsuits.
So they're threatening him with lawsuits, but even though he was like, not threatening, but just kind of, hey, there's an ambulance in the back. He had the bag of dirt thing going on. that didn't scare these people away.
No, not at all.
They're still coming in hot.
The dirt did not do the trick.
Oh man.
These people even actually contacted us, and they told us to take our last video down.
So
Okay.
you getting phone calls?
We are getting phone calls. How did that go for them?
Did
What
we
do you-
take
what-
our?
what do you
We
think?
didn't take the video down. Though, did we?
Hell no, we're not taking the
okay.
video down.
Maybe we restricted the comments or something.
Nah,
but
nah,
not,
nah.
a lot of hard work.
As Manny would say, his favorite word,
Yeah.
it's available.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen,
There's a lot of hard work in these videos. There's some
Honestly,
research and-
from a legal
kinds of
standpoint,
stuff.
we're not naming names.
Yeah.
I mean, if people can figure out who it is you're talking about, that's good for them. But we're not naming names, and our attorneys are going to tell us that we have nothing to worry about. So we're not
Not
taking
at all.
down any videos.
Not at all.
We did take down one video, though. 2 videos ago. We're getting controversial, guys.
Let's dive into it. When it comes to the Olympics in Paris, we have a lot of watches on the wrist. We have a lot of Omega, and we have a couple of brands that we can share as well. The first one is from the fastest man in the world, Noah Lyles. He's wearing
yeah.
a Speedmaster Dark Side of the Moon Apollo 8, which comes in a black ceramic case.
Hang on, just so I can clarify, is he wearing this watch when he's running, or does he put it on after the race? Any idea?
It looked like he's actually with it.
It looked like he's wearing it, and it would be a watch for a racer to wear because first of all, you got a ceramic case. It weighs nothing. It's a mechanical hand wound movement, so you don't have to worry about like vibration or anything kind of throwing off the timing. And the Omega Speedmaster is like known for its timekeeping.
Yeah.
That particular reference. I'm not sure if it was that movement, but like the 321, going back to the moon watch. In terms of the astronauts coming back to Earth and landing, pinpointing their landmark because of the the timekeeping of the watch, it was so accurate. But it makes sense. And also, as for many who don't know out there, Omega is the official timekeeper of the Olympics. So they literally have watchmakers on.
So he's probably sponsored.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, it's the whole event's pretty much for sponsored by Omega for timekeeping.
Now this is not a limited watch, so it should be available.
All right.
And anywhere we're looking at like
14,300 MSRP.
Right.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. And you see it sometimes. You'll see them on Chrono 24 for higher or less. The market should be about.
Well,
14.
that particular watch, Apollo 8, has a lot of action right now because there's a second version of it, right? So I think the original Apollo 8 was delivered back in not even delivered. It was announced in 2018, but delivered maybe a year after. And now, as of today, there's a new version of that watch. So for those watch connoisseurs out there, enthusiasts, the way to pinpoint it really quick is just looking at the second hand counter at 9 o'clock. The new version of that watch has like a space rocket as the second hand, which I think is really cool.
Bro, you are the Omega Meister. Respect to you.
Omega
you
Meister.
know so much.
You have it down to the movement.
My God, this guy knows his Omega. Amazing.
It's a cool watch. You got to pay attention to stuff like that.
Good
Absolutely.
for you. But hey, listen, did you watch the race? That was an amazing race.
Right. Well, at first,
I mean-
they didn't think everybody thought the other dude won.
Yeah, it
I
looked
think
like-
everybody thought the Jamaican guy won.
Right.
As usual, right? You expect the Jamaican guy to win, right?
0.05
But let's go.
thousandth of a
USA.
second or something. It was insane.
Well, one of the things I learned, I had no clue. It's not where your hand crosses or your foot crosses.
Right. It's where your nose crosses.
I think it's your like chest or your
no,
clavicle.
no, it's your head.
Okay.
Yeah, he won by a nose, basically.
But if you want to get
I would do really good in that race. I would have an advantage.
Keeping it back on the track.
That's funny.
A lot of the ladies have been wearing a specific watch, all the way from ladies from Great Britain, ladies from the Netherlands. What they're specifically wearing is called, it's a gamma titanium anti-magnetic Omega. I believe it's called like the Ultra Light.
Yeah, it's the ultralight,
They're
yeah.
all wearing the same watch.
A lot of them are wearing the same watch. It's got to be due to sponsorship. One of them is Keely Hodgkinson.
Yep.
Keely Hodgkinson is wearing this specific watch. And when I'm looking at it, you have a bunch of different variations. It's mostly that it's got this ultra light case. It is anti-mag. And retail for this, 50. I was shocked.
50,000.
50,000.
It makes sense because
It makes sense.
yeah, it does because the metal, the material that the watch is made of is a proprietary metal that was created by Omega, and they have that in other collections. For example, they have like their Sedna gold. It's like their rose gold version of their timepieces. They have a honey
50,000
gold,
for a time only
the
watch.
canopus.
It doesn't even have a date.
Gamma titanium.
50,000?
Anti-magnetic, my friend. Get your money up.
Oh boy.
And I think isn't there like different color variation of this watch? One
Yeah.
for each color of the ring of the Olympics, correct?
Exactly. And the highlighted
Gamma.
on the seconds. I was shocked when I was looking at this watch. Next one. This guy's gone viral. He's the Turkish shooter Yusuf Dikek. Okay. Turkish dude. Now, he did get the silver, but a lot of the jokes are with this guy because he's so chill and he's so cool. A lot of times these shooters, they have all this gear. They have crazy goggles,
Yeah.
headphones, everything.
They have the special lens in their glasses so they can see better. This guy didn't have anything.
He's raw dogging it.
He just sat there.
I mean, look at his photo. You can tell he's a shooter. He's just
and he sticks his left hand in his back pocket. That's like a very weird stance he does. And so let me guess, he's wearing a watch.
Yeah, he's definitely wearing a watch.
What was he wearing?
The funny thing about this guy, everybody's joking that he got silver because he didn't want to make it too obvious that he's some sort of like crazy op or spy.
Yeah.
So he's like, so maybe we got the silver on purpose. He's wearing a Turkish brand. It's called the Nakar.
Oh, the Nakar, cool watch.
Very
Oh,
cool.
yeah,
watch.
I'm sure you've heard about this watch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure. From Turkey. No one's ever heard of this brand before. But listen, now this brand is on the map.
It's definitely on the
I
map.
don't know if it's like Nakar or Nakar, but Nakar. No, it's a cool piece. It kind of has that U-boat kind of vibe to it.
All right, so tell us, what is this watch MSRP?
What's your guess?
Offhand, I'm gonna kind of put it in the Zodiac range. I'm gonna say about 1,800 to 2,000.
I'm thinking like maybe 4,000 or 5,000.
So let me give you a couple more details. I think we've narrowed it down to a specific model. It's 46 millimeter and quartz.
Of course.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So it's quartz that changes
All
things.
right, I didn't
Right.
realize that.
So what's
All
the MSRP? 1,800.
Turkish lira, 1.3, which equates to approximately $41.
$41.
Per research, yeah, that's what we're looking at. Yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
and he wore this watch in the entire competition?
yeah, he's banging
Cool.
it out.
Does it come in other
Oh,
color
man.
variants?
This one's specifically tough to find. It was you have to go to like a bunch of like I didn't see it on their site. You have to like go to like some weird e-commerce stuff to go find it.
I'm sorry. What
Wow.
is it? What is the dial? Does the dial say Aquamatic or Automatic? That's
Aquamatic.
okay. So
Aqua.
I thought it was an automatic watch. So it's
So it
it's a
looks
quartz
so
movement
it,
with
get-
the
you get
Aquamatic dial.
the
Okay.
day of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, sub-seconds, and that's it. I don't see a date.
You know, a lot of times, like when it's in Turkish families, a lot of them are like heirlooms or passed down.
Right.
Okay, so it's not. You probably didn't purchase this watch just for the Olympics. He wasn't necessarily.
No,
sponsored.
they probably sponsored the shooting team. I'm sure
I mean,
this
look
is
at it. It looks-
sponsorship.
It looks
Oh
like
yeah,
a very,
you know what? You are right. But what
combat-looking
I'm saying
watch.
is, when it comes to these watches in general, they're passed down because I believe another of the Turkish shooters was wearing a Nakar.
This
as
is
well.
probably the greatest sponsorship of all time. This guy went viral. I mean, this
I
guy's
think the
all
watch
over
looks
the
cool
internet.
though. I love the black case with the the army green going on, the
right.
crown guard. It looks
Aside
tough.
from fastest dude in the world, Simone Biles, this guy's probably up there with one of the most visible athletes in the games.
Oh yeah. Well, there's another South Korean shooter. The woman. Did you see her?
Yeah, she's got all the crazy
Yeah,
style.
yeah, yeah. She went viral also, but this guy also went viral. He did an amazing job.
Silent shooter.
Wow, good for him.
Next one, we're going to switch it up. We're going to go away from Omega and away from necessarily brands that stick with the country. We have the Defun. How do you pronounce it?
De Betun.
The Befun.
De Betun, yeah.
Betun.
Betun
Betun.
Thun, De Betun.
DB28.
LTC. And this is specifically, it was on a tennis player named Tommy Paul. And it's the Starry Seas.
Right. Which country is he? UK?
USA.
Oh, he's American. Okay. And he's wearing a De Betun. That's awesome. So Nadal is like the first tennis player really to sort of like play with an actual
When it
expensive
comes to
watch.
watches, yeah.
And so he
Richard-
blew up
Richard
Richard Mille. But this guy now is wearing a De Betun. That's such a cool watch. I love that watch. Those lugs,
piece.
the lugs, the way they meet their case are
And
insane.
it's a good watch for tennis too, because for example, Nadal, he wears like a titanium case. This watch is produced of titanium, correct?
Yes, this is a titanium watch, but they made hardly any of these. Maybe like 25 pieces. Like this is extremely rare.
Yeah,
what he's
extremely
wearing.
limited. Yeah, very, very
So
limited.
good for De Betun for sponsoring. How did this guy do in the tournament, by the way?
I believe you got third, you got bronze.
Bronze.
Yeah,
Oh, good for him.
killer.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I had no idea.
Let's fact check that.
So
really
this is
quick.
like this is like around almost $100,000 for this watch, I think.
I'd love to do a little research though to find out how he got that De Betun on his wrist.
Yeah, let's see.
You know?
Did he buy it or is he sponsored by De
Right.
Betun?
It's a $90,000 watch.
Because I don't think De Betun is really sponsoring athletes. They don't need to sponsor anybody.
Not necessarily. And how many watches do they make a year? Do they have enough to be given out?
He probably just bought this watch. Because why would De Betun need to sponsor anybody? They don't need to sponsor.
No.
They're sold out. They're sold out
Exactly.
for a couple of years. Why do they need
It's probably
sponsorship?
part of his own private collection.
I mean,
don't know what else he has.
Richard Mille, that's a different story. They're gonna sponsor some people, but I don't think De Betun is sponsoring anybody.
Well, hopefully we can get Mr. Paul on our podcast when they will interview him, and maybe he has a watch collection we could talk about.
It's a hell of a watch, though.
Yeah, love it. Swivel lugs. I think
Who's next?
All right, speaking of Richard Mille, we have a fencer, and he is rocking a quartz RM.
Quartz?
Yeah, it's a quartz. So we have Miles Chamley Watson. He's wearing a Richard Mille RM 6501 yellow quartz TPT. Retail price?
Well, hang on.
Hold on, Seth.
Yellow gold is strange.
No.
It's a yellow case. It's like a composite case.
But is it
with a
yellow
quartz
gold
movement.
or is it rose gold? Because normally they only make rose gold watches.
No, like Fred said, it's like a composite case.
It's a composite and it's quartz.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Your fencing impact. You want to keep your time up.
Wow.
I throw a quartz movement in there too for a sport like that.
So we've seen football players, tennis players wearing Richard Milles. Now we got fencers wearing Richard Mille in competition.
Yeah. The cool thing about these games is they have them on the wrist.
Right.
That's crazy. And so how much is this quartz watch?
Well, what I looked up, 380K.
380?
Yeah, I couldn't find it on Chrono 24, but when I researched it,
Reference 6501 TPT. Wow. Wow.
it's definitely
is.
a fun sporty
Hey,
piece.
So what is it? It's a chronograph and what else? What is that? Is it perpetual or it's got some
Chronograph with the date.
power reserve, big data left 11 o'clock?
It's a 3-register chrono.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Huh.
Hey man, first of all, let's shout out to what's the guy's name, the fencer from
Yeah,
USA?
how did he do? We don't know.
Miles Chamley, I don't know.
We don't know how Miles Chamley did.
Miles Chamley Watson. Shout out to Miles Chamley Watson. Shout out to Richard Mille. And shout out to Snoop Dogg. I understand Snoop Dogg was kind of hanging out at the Olympics, and he kind of went to go do some of the fencing stuff up there too. So, hey, I wish I had the opportunity to go try to fence.
Yeah, Snoop was getting paid, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he was there. He got paid every day for being there.
I was a little jealous. I did see Snoop and Kevin Hart playing ping pong
And he carried the torch
Oh, I wish I was there.
with Ping Pong Girl.
She was
with Ping
there?
Pong Girl.
Yeah, with Ping Pong
Oh
Girl.
my
There's some
God.
footage of Ping Pong Girl.
My coach. My coach. Do we know how he did?
No, I don't think he's.
All right, so we'll figure it out. But anyway, good for him for wearing a Richard Mille.
All right.
That's probably a sponsorship deal.
We're going to transition a little bit. We're going to look at some of the big boy pieces. And when you do that, you got to go to the basketball court. The first one we're looking at is LeBron James and his Audemars Royal Oak Tourbillon Extra Thin.
Well, he's a real watch collector. LeBron is like a huge watch collector. So he decided to break out his AP Ultra Thin
AP Ultra Thin, 41 millimeters.
blue sapphire.
Is anyone going to say tourbillon?
This is the for sure. But this is the Tom Brady.
know?
This is the Tom Brady watch with just a customized dial, basically what he's wearing.
That's tasteful, though.
It is a beautiful piece.
That's dope.
I love the bezel.
Extra
nice
thin.
layout.
So that's 39 millimeters. Is that right?
41 millimeters
That's the 41
It's
ultra
yeah.
thin tourbillon.
and 400K.
Let's go.
That's chump change for this guy. Unbelievable. Wow.
Stunning
looking
dial,
watch.
beautiful sapphires.
I mean, listen, if somebody brought me that watch, they wanted to sell it, 400K. I'm offering 300. What do you think? What would you pay for
When
that?
you say that watch, you mean like LeBron's watch?
No,
or just
yeah, not LeBron's.
variant
But
of
I'm
that
just saying, say somebody brought me
But
something.
do we know, is that a unique piece or is it something that's been
It's
produced?
not unique. I don't think that's
It's a
unique.
number of them? Okay.
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
Throwing it to Greece, one of your favorite places in the world.
That's right.
We have Giannis from Milwaukee Bucks representing Greece, and he's wearing a Breitling chronomat. I believe it's 42 millimeters and red gold with Arabic numerals.
That's a dope watch.
That is a dope watch. That watch, I respect that watch. So Breitling created a few variants of this particular piece. This is the regular chronomat, and there's also a super chronomat, which is a little larger with the ceramic bezel in rose gold. They made a limited production of that piece. But what we have here, an Arabic dial.
Arabic dial. Like
Nice.
Like that's like real Arabic, not like American Arabic. That's a real Arabic dial.
Yeah, and that looks like a B01 movement on
like that.
steroids.
Wow.
Oh yeah, gorgeous watch. So if you see this thing in person,
42
in that
millimeter.
chunk of gold,
Let me guess. This retails for around 40,000.
Double check on that.
I
So-
would put it in around that. Yeah, because they had like a rubber
And that's
strap version of this
think
watch
they
in the
call it like a
$35,000 range. It's
bullet-
about 40 grand.
Bullet bracelet. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah, that's the old bullet bracelet, the Jerry Seinfeld bracelet.
That's dope.
This is the watch that saved the Breitling company back in the 1980s.
Yeah, but I guarantee he's sponsored by Breitling. He's not just wearing this watch. I think he's sponsored by Breitling.
And for our viewers out there, the chronomat which was produced by Breitling back in the 1980s, originally was a mathematician's watch.
Right.
That's where the name chronomat came from.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Expert.
Oh, you got it.
Got to know all those reference numbers.
Absolutely.
Next on deck, we have Phoenix Suns' Devin Booker. He's wearing a Cartier tank asymmetrique, rose gold,
piece.
47 millimeters by 26 millimeters.
Very cool watch. I just had an inquiry for this piece.
So I do
Wow.
believe
What's the retail?
retail for this is approximately 35.
Right. So that watch is trading for like high 50s right now, in the $50,000 range, $50 to $60,000.
What a joke.
You don't dig that watch?
I hate that.
Well, I think the lugs are a little bit weird with it.
Mike Nouveau, this is all your problem. You created this fucking mess for everybody. Why
It's
is
a
this
beautiful
watch
mess, though. I love that watch. I always
50,000?
say-
You love it. You love it because
Yeah,
it's
it's cool.
popular. But like, give me a break.
I
This
mean,
is
I love it because looking at it makes you want to stand sideways. But
40. So
You know?
thin. 26 millimeters thin. Oh,
look at the beauty of it. Look at the asymmetrical. Look at the offset of the 12 to 6.
it's not my thing.
What
But
do you
I-
think about the
corner.
crash?
But I get it. I get it. So yeah, building upon the crash, this watch is kind of like fueling this sort of demand for these sort of watches, these off-center Cartiers.
Yeah.
Very collectible. I'm sure they made very few of these pieces. Impossible to get.
The only thing questionable for me on this watch, because of my watchmaking, I have some minor watchmaking skills. Changing a strap, no problem. But like, what is the pin setup like in this watch? Being at that angle.
Right. So when you're looking at, it's almost got multiple lugs in there. So you have your traditional lugs, and you have the metal piece in the middle.
Right. So sometimes that could be a floater, meaning it doesn't have an actual hole or aperture for the pin to go through. Until I get a chance to switch the strap on that watch. Yeah,
I
that'd
say
be
just buy the Vacheron
day.
1921
Historique?
limited edition.
Yeah. So if you could find me the
historique.
platinum version of that watch, that'd be awesome because I have a customer on the line for that piece.
Yeah, but you can get the rose gold version for like the low 20,000s,
which we have in stock. I understand where you're going with that,
Yeah.
but if you could find me the platinum version,
And by the way, is that why it's quartz?
I think that's mechanical hand wound for that piece.
Mechanical. Okay,
It's like from the
probably,
Mille collection.
It's probably mechanical.
Next on deck, we have Thierry Henry. He was not competing in the games, but provided he's a French footballer, honorary guest. He's wearing a very strange Patek, perhaps very rare. It was designed by a guy named Virgil Abloh. Okay. Most people know him from the brand Off-White, and he
Right.
just recently passed.
Yeah.
So, given a good look at this, they call it it's the Nautilus All Black. We don't have tons of information on the specific one because it's probably a one-off.
Yeah.
What we're looking at price-wise
So we don't even know who customized it.
It's by Virgil.
is by Virgil.
No, but there had to be a company that customized it. Maybe Mad Paris or somebody
probably
like that.
Bamford or something.
Looks like Mad. Oh,
Who helped out with the
interesting.
DLC.
So one of one.
Yeah.
And he's wearing it.
Yeah, he's rocking that one-of-one
Wow.
Virgil Abloh Patek.
And it's what, 5711? Is that what it is? Yeah, it looks like a 5711.
I'd wear that, but you probably wouldn't be even.
Oh, hang on, it's not 5711. It's got a moon phase. What the hell?
Yeah,
What is that thing?
Given a close look, it's a strange mystery watch, but he's
This watch-
definitely
This watch doesn't even exist.
nope.
Unique piece. Wow.
But he's wearing it.
Yep.
Good for him. All right, this is a fully customized Patek. Yeah, it's probably worth a lot of money.
Wild watch.
Wild watch. I'm loving it. I'd wear it, but you probably wouldn't be able to see it on my complexion. That is not racist. Let's just keep moving forward from here, please.
Another racist comment.
Hey, I'm trying to bring a little humor back to our industry, Good Lord.
What's next?
Another honorary guest is snowboarder Shaun White.
Shaun White.
Oh,
I'm a Shaun White fan.
snowboarder.
Right.
Yeah.
I snowboard too. I'm a Shaun White fan. What's up, Shaun White?
Hell
Big up.
yeah.
So provided Omega's a sponsor,
Uh-huh.
Shaun White's representing with the Moonshine.
Nice.
The
Moonshine's dope.
Yeah, the Moonshine's a dope watch. And solid gold, 42 millimeters. Retail on this is approximately 42.6.
What color is that dial? I can't tell.
deep
Is that-
green.
oh, deep green.
Oh, the deep green version. Okay, because there's a couple moonshines out there. Yeah, deep green, the green and gold combo, amazing.
All right, but that's a watch that you pay retail. You're not going to make money on it. You're gonna take a loss on that watch.
I believe the market is much less than retail.
Yeah, cool watch, but about 30,000, I'd say.
As Uncle Manny says, is this available?
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
That's available.
That's available. Everything's
It's
available.
Yeah.
Well, no, initially when they first launched that piece, there was a few variants of it, right? You have the Moonshine, you had the Sedna with a couple dial variants, and you also had the Canopus, which is like their white gold version of that watch. They weren't easy to get. These watches, it took maybe a year or two to try to at least, find a location that could help you put one on your wrist. So, shout out to Omega.
Okay, we're going to go 2 more, and we're going to go AP. This one is on Serena Williams' wrist. It's the Royal Oak double balance wheel, open work, steel, 41 millimeters. That's a killer watch.
15407. So what size is that?
41 millimeters. So
41 with the gold movement. Or
Yeah.
Is that
So-
gold or is it brass?
the movement, I'm not sure about the movement, but the
It could
Wow.
be gold colored.
Beautiful. Wow.
yeah, you want to talk about big energy watch, not like Devin Booker's watch. That's a tough
So I
watch.
wonder if she has to deal with AP.
Yeah, that's an exclusive piece. I don't even know about this timepiece. I can't
Wow.
even speak
She
up on it,
probably
but it's
has
beautiful.
she probably has a deal. Okay, interesting watch. Wow. Well, I heard about that watch. Yeah, it's amazing, and it's a perfect watch for her to wear. Huh.
Last one, we have NBA champ Jason Tatum wearing an Audemars Piguet code 1159. You ever come across these?
Yeah.
I have with the solid dial, but this thing looks
That's way more advanced. This is more.
Yeah,
way more
so when I
complicated.
did look up, I did not find this.
No.
You
With the
don't
skeleton
find
guy.
Jason Tatum's watch.
What
This
is that?
is
That's a tourbillon.
yeah.
So this is 1159 tourbillon in rose, skeleton eyes.
Stunner.
Yeah, when you're looking
Wow.
for 1159s, you're not finding this specific Jason Tatum piece.
When they released the 1159, I was really happy that AP did that because now you get a nice round case with traditional lugs. It's not their whole integrated thing. So I much respect to AP kind of going into the vault and kind of I'm sure this is like a reiteration of something they produced back in the 1800s.
Sure,
Cool watch,
and
though.
when we're looking at these, it looks more like an independent brand watch.
Right.
Yeah, this version, but the normal like time only or the chronograph. This is what they make you buy if you want to get a Royal Oak. They
Gotcha.
make you buy the 1159s, but this watch is actually something special.
And when you say Royal Oak, you're talking about like a stainless steel Royal Oak just to get in.
Correct, or
Gotcha.
any Royal Oak. But I wonder what this retail for.
Ooh,
Do we know?
because it's such an odd piece.
We don't
No,
even know.
we
It's
don't know. We know the basic.
It's got to be 250, 300. Yeah, this is for a tourbillon. Wow, Jason. So he's a fan of AP. Remember we did the other video where we showcased that green concept that he used to wear.
He's a big fan of that.
He's definitely like in with AP, either sponsored or he's just a big fan of AP. I think this.
He also
guy.
likes RM. Right. So a couple
He's
of
a
watches
watch-
that were
he's a
like
watch guy.
we're constantly seeing RM and AP on the wrist.
Wow. All right, so Olympics, they're not messing around. These guys are all wearing nice watches.
That's very cool.
How's the crime in Paris? Are these guys scared to wear them outside the Olympic Village?
No one's getting robbed. They're
Oh
having a
yeah,
good
no
time.
one's getting robbed.
Well,
I heard.
outside of the Olympics.
I
if you
heard they're
understand-
getting robbed on trains.
Oh my God.
Did you hear about that?
I know nothing about it, bro.
The poor woman,
Nope.
she's from Qatar, the princess of Qatar.
No way.
She was on a Paris train,
Uh-huh.
and all of her bags got ripped off with all kinds of valuables inside
Inside job. I was like,
on a train.
What's
I
she
heard-
doing on
man.
the?
It
What is
just
she
it just
doing?
came out.
That's
in
the way
news.
to get around.
They stopped the train.
There's no Ubers and
They
shit.
stopped the train. They try to go through every single passenger looking for all these purses. They couldn't
Gone.
figure it out. Everything's gone, and they were like, "Well, listen, you take it. It's your problem. You were you're at fault for taking your eye off."
Well,
the
hopefully she had
merchandise."
everything insured. That sucks.
Probably not, but anyway. But she's the princess of. Pretty sure it's Qatar.
Yeah, I didn't even hear about that. What is there more crime out
It just
there?
came out today. Yeah, listen, let's roll the B-roll, please, to support up my my accusations.
Run it.
I'm pretty sure she was from Qatar.
Yeah.
So that's a wrap from Paris.
I'm gonna give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to cause my whole family's like a big fan of the gymnastics. I have a niece coming up, hopefully for 2028 in Los Angeles. Shout out to Simone Biles and also her extended family, because my parents are from Belize, and I understand she was also, part of a Belizean family.
Belizean.
Shout out to Simone Biles. Shout out to the USA, and shout out to the whole gymnastics team. Bless up.
That's amazing. Yeah, USA is kicking ass in the Olympics,
go.
right? We're winning in medals. We're winning gold medals.
Bringing them in. Let's go.
All right, guys. Well, this was fantastic. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to see you on the next episode of the EW Podcast. Thank you.
EW Podcast, I hope you know we talking about a watch.